Hi, I'm Alex, GameWorks here at PAX South 2016. I'm here standing in front of the Innerspace booth. We actually talked, not you and me specifically, but me and you, your development team, talked last year, about 6 months ago at SGC.
Yeah.
So we still have that interview on our channel. That kind of went over all the basics. So my first question, I guess, is just going to be, how has it progressed since then? Like, what are the challenges? What are the big differences? Like, has the kind of the vision for anything changed since then? Because I know it's a very fluid process. So there's not.
I would say overall the vision hasn't changed. What has changed is how we design and develop our worlds. We noticed a thing after SGC that we weren't directing the players to the right places well enough, and so actually pretty much everything, the entire world you saw at SGC, like all the land masses and stuff, we scrapped and like just created a whole new, like, so the hub bubble you fly in now looks the same, but there's actually like stuff like there's a whale graveyard, a giant, like this mountain with a tower coming out of it.
That's pretty ballsy.
Oh yeah.
That takes some courage to scrap all your earlier work. So as far as the game plays, I've been following you on Twitter, so I know that as far as your programmer is concerned, it seems like he's redone it a couple times. Just kind of like the way it flies, like the way it moves. Like, what are some of the big changes you've implemented as far as like how your kind of playership thing works?
Yeah, okay. So yeah, I mean, you're definitely right. Our, I'm going to call him our, lovingly, our scumbag programmer, pretty much redesigns a lot of his code a million times until he gets it perfect. He's a bit of a perfectionist. The way that, like, I guess the biggest inspiration for the flight controls comes from Crimson Skies. But yeah, you can do stuff like holding the left bumper will let you turn in any direction, and then when you let go, you'll go in that direction, take 90-degree turns and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, it just really, we're just aiming for really smooth, fun-to-use flight controls that can get you anywhere in the world.
And so, so I noticed last time, and I didn't really go into it, but I noticed again, even on the menu, there's kind of a relics section. Yeah. So is there going to be an overarching story, or is it like The Witness just came out and it's kind of like you're slowly finding out the story as it goes on? Is it kind of that? Like, what's the feel of the like kind of the world going to be?
Okay, so yeah. We are a fan of like ambiguous story, things that just are very like a quiet history, right? And so the idea for this game is to just relax, fly around, and then through visual storytelling as well as text-based storytelling from the relics, like you were talking about, try to uncover some sort of history for this world. Because we've written a rich like backstory and history to everything that's happened, and then we've tried to add stuff in the world to help you figure that out. There's one thing that's interesting that happens when you deliver the relics to the archaeologist, the guy who tells you about the history, you know, like what that relic is or what it means. There's a chance, because he's just another person in this world, there's a chance that he doesn't really know what he's talking about. And so you may find evidence to the contrary within the world that, you know, doesn't support his conclusion.
That's pretty cool. It's kind of like almost a Dark Souls or Shadow of the Colossus thing.
Exactly.
Where you're kind of finding it, but it's also like you kind of find it through yourself, through the world, and like maybe some people are kind of unreliable / crazy or just whatever. All right, cool. So what's the expected release date for this, and what are you hoping for?
We're shooting for May to June of this year. So yeah.
All right, cool. And it's going to come out on what?
It'll be PC, Linux, Mac, and then we're looking at doing consoles as well. Yeah.
All right, thank you very much. It's a pleasure to talk to you guys again.
Thanks, man.
Honestly, so yeah, we sat and had a lot of conversations with Harshly Critical, with Bowling Otter, and
complaining about YouTube.
Complaining about YouTube.
Local, you know, local multiplayer. Yeah. But you have to remember, it's got local multiplayer. Yeah.